the last class we have seen that is absorption of water by plants, absorption of minerals by plants. So while discussing the absorption of minerals by plants, there are inorganic elements in the form of ions. So they are also absorbed. Already which part of the root is going to be absorbed, the minerals in the form of ions. So that is a meristematic zone just above the root cap is responsible for the absorption of minerals in the form of ions. Then again here there are while discussing the mechanism of absorption of ions, we have seen that is active absorption and passive absorption. In active absorption, by using metabolic energy and it is proved by carrier concept theory. And while explaining the passive absorption of mineral ions, so that is Donovan's equilibrium for active carrier concept theory. For passive absorption, that is a Donovan's equilibrium theory. So these two theories respectively proves active absorption of mineral salts and passive absorption of mineral salts. So after that completion, we have also discussed that is what are the mineral elements required by plants. They are again consist of macro elements and micro elements and their physiological role and deficiency symptoms. What is the role? For example, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium. What are the macro elements? What are the micro elements? And their role, physiological role and deficiency symptoms. This much we have discussed in the last class. Now, today we are going to be dealing about one of the most important chapters, that is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. So it is a big chapter and already we have studied in 10th standard, 12th standard regarding what is meant by photosynthesis, where it is take place, how it is take place, what are the different reactions, what is the mechanism of the whole process of photosynthesis. Photo means light, synthesis means production. Whatever the things are going to be produced in the presence of light by plants by using a raw material, that is carbon dioxide, water, in the presence of light, in the presence of light in chlorophyll molecules, they produces one of the most important organic chemical compound, that is glucose. And here the byproduct is oxygen. The byproduct is oxygen. As you know, in the environment there is a large amount of carbon dioxide which was released by living organism during respiration process. That carbon dioxide which is present in the atmosphere absorbed by plants for the synthesis of food, as in the form of carbohydrates, and they releases a byproduct, that is oxygen. So this is overall a simple reaction by using 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 6 molecules of water in the presence of light and chlorophyll. There is a synthesis of 1 molecule of glucose, 6 molecules of 12 molecules of 6 molecules of oxygen and 6 molecules of water. So equationally it is very simple to say that by using this raw material, and this is the end product. But the whole process of photosynthesis consists of many intermediate reactions. It requires many enzymes. It requires many intermediate products. All these things are very complex biochemical reactions. It is a complex biochemical reaction. So while explaining the definition, photosynthesis is nothing but it is a physiological process where the plant synthesizes carbohydrates by using a raw material, carbon dioxide and water, in the presence of light and chlorophyll. So this is a simple definition. And which are the different subunits of photosynthesis? What things they have been mentioned for our syllabus? First of all, in this chapter, first definition, definition of photosynthesis, then photosynthetic pigment, photosynthetic pigments, photosynthetic pigment, what are the photosynthetic pigments? Then after explaining the definition of photosynthesis, which photosynthetic pigments are helpful for the synthesis of photosynthesis. So which are these photosynthetic pigments? What is the role of the photosynthetic pigments? And after that, the mechanism of photosynthesis. Mechanism of photosynthesis. In mechanism, there are again light reaction, dark reaction, C3 pathway, C4 pathway, CAM pathway. So these are some of the important aspects are related with this chapter. So already we have seen the definition, photosynthetic pigments. So as we know, the plants appears green in color because due to the presence of chlorophyll pigments. Along with these chlorophyll pigments, other accessory photosynthetic pigments are there, that is xanthophyll, phycoerythrin, phycocyanin. Again, the chlorophyll pigment is consist of chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B. So these are some of the carotenoids. Carotenoids are some of the important pigments which are present in the plants. They are helpful for the process of photosynthesis. So what is the role of xanthophyll or carotenoids? They act as an antenna. First, whatever the ray of light falls on the surface of the leaves, first they absorb, and absorbed ray of light passes to the chlorophyll pigments. So these chlorophyll pigments, again they are consist of chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B. The detailed structure of chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B has been given in your reference book. So you have to see that what are these photosynthetic pigments, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and chlorophyll C, all these things. So these, whatever the ray of light absorbed by the carotenoids, they goes to the photosynthetic pigments, that is chlorophyll A or chlorophyll B, and they get activated. The main role of photosynthetic pigments is to absorb a ray of light. Then after absorbing a ray of lights, the light energy is converted into chemical energy in the form of ATP molecules. So that is known as light reactions or first phase of photosynthesis. The main, we have seen that is what is the role of photosynthetic pigments. Then after that, what are the light reactions or first phase of photosynthesis? Whatever the ray of light absorbed by the chlorophyll molecules or chlorophyll pigments, that are converted into light energy is converted into chemical energy in the form of ATP molecules. So again, the light reactions or first phase of photosynthesis consist of cyclic light reactions and non-cyclic light reactions. So again, you have to discuss what are the cyclic light reactions, what are the non-cyclic light reactions, that are also called as cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So they are very big one. Stepwise reactions are there, and how the ADP which is present in the plant cell get converted into ATP molecules and whatever. So the main purpose of light reaction is to synthesize ATP molecules, and these ATP molecules are useful for the second phase of photosynthesis, that is dark reactions, or it is also called as Melvin-Kelvin reactions. So these ATP molecules are utilized in the fixation of carbon dioxide during dark reactions. After dark reactions, again they are again consist of C3 pathway, C4 pathway, and CAM pathway. So what are these C3 pathways? What are these C4 pathways? What are these COM pathways? Why they are called as C3 pathway? Why they are called as C4 pathway? Why they are called as COM pathway? So you have to remember some of the important points here one by one. And after that, so before going to all these things, you have to discuss the whole process of photosynthesis, where it is take place. As already we know, in case of plant cells, there is one of the important cell organelle which is present in the plant cell, where the process of a complete process of photosynthesis take place, that is known as chloroplast. So here the chloroplast is nothing but one of the most important cell organelle which contains grana, thylakoids and stroma. Grana, thylakoids and stroma. So these granas, what is the role of that granas, thylakoids and stroma? So whatever the enzymes which are required for the direct reactions are there present in the stroma. You have to describe the detailed structure of chloroplast. It consists of a two-unit membrane, outer membrane, inner membrane. Inside that membrane, there is a presence of grana, thylakoids and stroma. So these things are very important, and while explaining all these things, then you have to go through to the definition, photosynthetic movements, and what are the light reactions, or what is the first phase of photosynthesis, then dark reactions. So you have to remember here that while explaining the whole process of photosynthesis, here the light reactions, where the light reactions take place and where the dark reactions take place, which are the enzymes required for light reactions, which are the enzymes required for dark reactions. So the light reactions, why it is called as light reactions? Because the first phase of photosynthesis are light reactions. It is take place only in the presence of light, therefore it is known as light reactions. Already I have told that there are again two types of light reactions, that is cyclic light reactions and non-cyclic light reactions. The main purpose of light reaction is to synthesize ATP molecules. So that is adenosine triphosphate from ADP. ADP means adenosine diphosphate. In light reactions, one inorganic phosphate is added to ADP and get converted to ATP, and which is energy rich one. So this light reaction is again cyclic and non-cyclic. What is the cyclic light reaction? What is the non-cyclic light reactions? I will be explained with the details regarding why it is called as cyclic, why it is called as non-cyclic. So these two reactions are again called as photophosphorylation. So that is cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. The exact and simple definition for this is synthesis of ADP to ATP molecule by adding one inorganic phosphate in a cyclic way, therefore it is known as cyclic photophosphorylation. Photophosphorylation is nothing but conversion of ADP into ATP by adding one inorganic phosphate in the presence of light reactions. In the presence of light is known as photophosphorylation. So you have to remember this, the important points. And here, in case of non-cyclic photophosphorylation, there is a photolysis of water. Photolysis means splitting of water into H plus and OH minus ions. From that OH minus, again there is a release of a byproduct of oxygen and reformation of water molecules, and the electrons are released. So that is one of the important aspects. That reaction is also known as Hill reactions. So why it is called as Hill reactions? So you have to remember the one more name for photolysis of water is Hill reactions, or Hill reaction is nothing but splitting of water molecules into H plus and OH minus ions in the presence of light, therefore it is known as, and that process, that reaction has been discovered by a scientist Hill, therefore it is named as a Hill reactions. So this process take place only in non-cyclic photophosphorylation or non-cyclic light reactions, but in case of cyclic light reactions it is not take place, there is no photolysis of water. So why it is called a cyclic and non-cyclic? In cyclic light reactions, whatever the electrons are released from the chlorophyll molecules after passing number of electron acceptor molecules came to the same chlorophyll molecules, therefore it is known as cyclic photophosphorylation or cyclic light reactions. Non-cyclic means whatever the electrons are ejected or released from the chlorophyll molecules, they will not be came back to the same chlorophyll molecules, so they go somewhere and the electron deficiency of the chlorophyll molecules will be fulfilled from the photolysis of water, therefore it is known as non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So in this chapter, so these are some of the important aspects you have to be study very thoroughly to the points, and in future we are also providing the MCQs of all these chapters. Just you have to be remember the important points. In the next class I am going to be discuss regarding the definition, the reaction, simple common reactions, then what are the photosynthetic pigments, then structure of chloroplast, ultrastructure of chloroplast, then mechanism of photosynthesis. In mechanism of photosynthesis, that is light reactions, and again light reactions, non-cyclic light reactions, cyclic light reactions, then dark reactions or Melvin-Kelvin cycle. So again in dark reactions or photosynthesis of fixation of carbon dioxide, there again C3 pathway, C4 pathway and COM pathway. So which is the C3 pathway, which is the C4 pathway, which is the COM pathway, why it is called a C3 pathway, why it is called a C4 pathway, all these things you have to be discussed very briefly, and after that you will be able to give the correct answer of MCQs which will be asked in examination. After completion of this photosynthesis chapter, there is one more chapter which is mentioned for your syllabus, that is respiration. That is also a very important one. So near about 4 to 5 lectures will be required for photosynthesis, near about 4 to 5 lectures will be required for respiration, then again 6 to 7 periods will be required for, that is, growth regulators or phytohormones. With these 3 chapters we are going to be conclude all the syllabus. As per my consideration, your examination will be conducted in the month of August, first week of August. So within this month we are going to be conclude all the syllabus, we are going to be complete all the syllabus, and after that we are going to be provide the MCQs on each chapter. So with this I am going to be stop here. Thank you one and all.